Hello, hello, good morning. How are you? Happy Sunday, happy mind, body, self Sunday. I'm so excited to bring you this particular episode today because we are talking about happiness. And I'm going to tell you something I did 10,000 times to ensure my happiness. All right, y'all stay tuned for this because it's going to be great. All right. So when we talk about happiness, you have a lot of people who are like, well, what is it to be happy? And happiness is an illusion. And is it even real? And what does it mean? And I'm going to tell you right now, seeking these little moments of pleasure are great. It's great. But I'm talking about deep-rooted happiness. And here's the thing that most of us don't know. We're supposed to go out and get it. We're supposed to create it. Well, this is about inspiring you guys. We're going to spend 5 minutes diving into this topic today. It's not about separation. It's about bringing us together. We can talk about that power within. It can be divine, source, all that is, infinite intelligence, however you want to refer to it. Today we are coming together and not breaking apart, and we're going to have some serious inspiration going into this week. So let's jump into what did I do 10,000 times as I was pursuing my own happiness. It's in this journal right here. In this journal right here, 10,000 times, I focused on the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions that would help me to feel the most amazing that I could feel. What's the energy I'm after? What's the emotion I'm looking for? How do I want to feel in my life? What is that energy of joy and happiness? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And I actually let myself dive into the feelings and I wrote them down. So it would be something like, I love the thought of feeling. Now write this down, y'all, because this is good. This is a really good way to get you into that state. We're talking about you want your happiness, you want your joy, you want the emotions that you want. I love the thought of feeling happy. I love the thought of feeling fulfilled. I love the thought of feeling important enough. I love the thought of feeling healthy, of feeling wealthy, of feeling wise. I love the thought of feeling purposeful. I love the thought of feeling grateful. And you just get into this. And I would write about 100 and 100 or 102, whatever my page could hold there. And make these columns, and I had 3 columns, and I'd go down and I would write them. And every word I wrote, I allowed myself to feel. Okay, people like Dr. Joe Dispenza call this elevating your emotion. So I would let myself feel that feeling. Sitting right there in a book for no reason, I'm feeling the feeling of feeling purposeful and happy and valuable and important and significant and grateful and giving and generous and contributory. I'm feeling it. And so when I go after that intentionally, that's where my focus is. That's what my desire is. That's where my intention is. And so because I've set my intention on this, and now I've elevated my emotion on it, these are the 2 things you need to manifest the life of your desires, the life of your dreams. This is where you condition the brain and the body to be a magnet for these things because you are now set in agreement with the things that you say you want. You're focusing on all that is good and wonderful and righteous. You're focusing on those things and filling your heart with this emotion and this desire. So when people say, this is happening in the world, so I can't be happy, or that's happening in the world and I can't be happy. You're absolutely right. These things are happening in the world. But in those moments when you are by yourself, in your moments when you're in charge of what's going on in here, are you taking charge? Or have you completely relinquished that power, relinquished that right, and said, you know what, world, however you want to make me feel, I'll take it. And then I'll just complain about it. And I'll take it. And I'll complain about it. We're looking for more. You have more power than that. This divine within you, the true self that you are worth and capable of way more than that. So my message for you today is to be deliberate. And when I mentioned to you 10,000 times, I did this process of writing down those emotions that I want to have and focusing on what makes me feel joyful 10,000 times. The exact number is 10,017, okay? 10,017 times I have been page after page after page writing this stuff. And I remember that quote from Bruce Lee. That's how I got with the number 10,000. Bruce Lee said, I fear not the man who can do 10,000 things, right? Perfectly. I fear the man who can do one thing, who practices one thing 10,000 times. Sorry if I butchered that a little bit. I think you know what I'm saying, okay? All right, so I fear the man who has practiced one thing 10,000 times. That means you have an intense focus and an intense capability with that one thing. You have dived into that one thing. And the one thing that I have focused on in that particular journaling activity, and that particular mindset, and that particular elevating of my emotion has been focusing on my happiness and the emotions that make me feel worthy and powerful and amazing in this world. And not competitive with any of you or anyone else, but truly just tapping into divine power, which is love, which then allows me to spread love to everyone. And I wrote in this journal 10,017 different words that represent that. And some of them repeat and they're the same words, and it's just getting into that energy. So as you enter into this week, I want you to remember to choose happiness. Yes, things are going to come that you don't want. And some of them you're like, well, I didn't have a choice in that one. I hear you. But you still have a choice in the next moment and the next and the next. So every chance you get, every moment that is yours, seize it and make a deliberate choice to pick happiness. That's how you're going to have it. You're going to choose it. It's not just going to jump in your lap all the time. And I want you to do this on purpose. All right. So go out there and create yourself a fantastic week. I will see you next Sunday for Mind and Body Self Sunday service. And we're going to keep inspiring each other. Share this with someone who can use a boost this week. Mwah. Ciao for now.